Dustin Poirier believes Ilia Topuria deserves an immediate lightweight title shot following his title vacation. Dustin praised Ilia's decision to vacate the featherweight title as honorable and respectable, noting that it prevents the division from being held up. However, Poirier questioned just how big Ilia actually is compared to some of the massive lightweights in the division. Despite those concerns, he believes that Topuria's dominant victory over Max Holloway combined with his willingness to move up justifies an immediate crack at the lightweight title. But with Islam's team showing little interest in the matchup, Dustin himself could be next for Ilia, setting up a high-stakes showdown. Dustin also revealed that his retirement fight is likely set for this summer, targeting July or August. The UFC is working on a potential event in New Orleans, a location that holds deep significance for the Diamond. It's respectable and honorable to vacate the belt to not hold up the division where guys have been working so hard to get their shot at the title. He's doing it the right way. Everyone says he's heavy and walks around heavy, but if he can make 145 pounds, I don't know how big he is because some of these lightweights are huge. With a guy like him vacating the belt and moving up, finishing Max Holloway the way he did, I would give him a crack at the lightweight title right off the bat. My retirement fight, it's summer. July or August probably. We're working on UFC New Orleans. I'm trying to retire in my home state. The UFC hasn't been there since 2015. I fought on the card as well. I fought Yancy Medeiros, but that was the last time I got to fight at home. To retire where it all started in Louisiana would be incredible for me in my career. Ariel Helwani weighed in on Henry Cejudo's controversial loss to Yadong Song, arguing that a point should have been deducted from Song due to the eye poke. He broke down the situation, explaining that since the fight resumed after the foul, the no contest or disqualification discussion was no longer relevant. Instead, the fight went to the scorecards where Song was awarded a unanimous decision victory. Helwani pointed out that had referee Jason Herzog deducted a point, the result would have been dramatically different. Instead of a win for Song, the fight would have been a majority draw, changing the entire outcome. In Helwani's view, at best the fight should have been ruled a draw, and at worst it should have been a no contest. He also criticized how Henry was treated after the fight, suggesting that he was unfairly penalized for trying to fight through the injury. Ariel noted that Dana White's frustration with Cejudo was evident, bringing up how the UFC president still holds a grudge over Henry vacating the title in 2020. Ultimately, the UFC is treating this as a clean win for Song, but Helwani believes Henry was put in an unfair position.
The no contest DQ discussion is no longer a factor because the fight has now resumed. So what they have to go to are the scorecards. And when you go to the scorecards, you will see, and we have the scorecards, Song, according to the judges, wins the fight. Look at it right here. Mike Bell, 29-28. Derek Cleary, 29-28. And Sal D'Amato, 30-27. Here's the rub. If Jason Herzog takes the point away, now all of a sudden, it ain't 29-28 for Mike Bell, it's 28-28. It ain't 29-28 for Derek Cleary, it's 28-28. And for Sal D'Amato, it's 29-27. But that's a majority draw. And so in my opinion, at best, this fight is a draw. At worst, it should have been a no contest. If Henry would have said, I can't fight and doesn't try. He was penalized for trying to fight through. And then afterwards, he's being called out for looking for a way out.
Josh Thompson might have just leaked Ilia Topuria's next fight on the Weighing In podcast. Thompson and Big John McCarthy reacted to the Georgian fighter vacating his featherweight belt, with Thompson even leaking private details about upcoming lightweight matchups. According to his sources, Arman Tsarukyan is set to fight Charles Oliveira next, leaving Topuria with two main options, either Islam Makhachev or Dustin Poirier. However, since Islam's manager has stated they won't entertain a fight with Ilia at this time, Thompson believes Poirier is the most likely opponent for El Matador. Big John weighed in, questioning whether Dustin would even want the fight, as the Diamond has repeatedly stated that he's only interested in fighting legends, while Ilia isn't a legend yet. McCarthy acknowledged that it's still a high-profile fight that could motivate Poirier to accept. At the same time, Dustin has also teased a trilogy fight with Max Holloway, a bout with history. Dustin submitted Max in their first meeting in 2012, then won a brutal rematch in 2019 for the interim lightweight title. A third fight would give Max a shot at redemption, while Dustin could cement his dominance over Blessed and head into retirement.
Dustin has basically been calling for legend fights. Now, I understand when you sit there and you say, well, is Topuria a legend yet? He's a former champion, so you got to give him that. He's undefeated. So you got to give him that. So I can understand why Dustin Poirier would say, yeah, that's a fight I'll take. I think it's it's something that's going to motivate him, and that's what Dustin's looking for. I need to have that thing that you know what, it gives me a little bit of a buzz. It's scares me a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. That's what he needs, and so this is a great fight for him.
Can I throw something out there? I know Dustin keeps talking about this is my retirement fight. Let me throw something out there. I feel like there's something there right now. I'm hearing that it's going to be Armand and Charles again. That's one. So I'm hearing Dustin and Ilia will be this fight. Islam's kind of going through Ramadan here, and I think in another week, I think Ramadan starts.
Yeah,
and then
end of February.
So he probably won't fight till International Fight Week. So if you get this fight...
Magomed Ankalaev sends a warning to Alex Pereira. Alex continues to shut down concerns about his preparation, proving to DC that he's still in full training camp mode and not just engaging in side activities. To silence any doubts, Pereira posted a video of himself and his head coach Glover Teixeira drilling takedown defense in the snow. Magomed Ankalaev is widely seen as Pereira's toughest challenge yet due to his wrestling ability and relentless cage pressure. However, Ankalaev has dismissed Pereira's striking as overrated, claiming he plans to outstrike the Brazilian rather than rely on his grappling. In response to Pereira's snow training, Ankalaev issued a warning on X saying, "I hope you're ready to do this for 25 minutes." Ankalaev isn't convinced that Alex has faced true adversity inside the octagon. Reflecting on Pereira's past opponents, Ankalaev noted that while Alex had effective counters against both Jamahal Hill and Jiri Prochazka, his overall approach has remained the same, constantly pressing forward with his striking heavy style. The Russian contender believes Pereira has yet to face a real test. He's lucky he hasn't faced serious opposition, Ankalaev stated, adding that while wrestling is an option, he is more than willing to stand and strike with Pereira to expose any weaknesses. With both fighters carrying knockout power, the potential for a stand-up war remains high, but Ankalaev's comments suggest he's keeping his grappling in his back pocket if needed. Despite Pereira hinting at a future move to heavyweight, Ankalaev isn't convinced. The 32-year-old contender questioned why people believe Pereira will succeed in the division, citing the Brazilian's lack of wrestling as a major obstacle. "I don't see that happening," Ankalaev said regarding Pereira's heavyweight aspirations. "As a guy who has no wrestling, I think it's going to be really hard for him. Maybe just one fight, but once he came to light heavyweight, he went through the division, but I'm still here." Ankalaev appears to be taking Pereira's potential departure personally, making it clear that the light heavyweight division isn't something the champion can simply breeze through before moving up. With Ankalaev determined to derail Pereira's unbeaten streak, UFC 313 is shaping up to be a defining moment for both fighters. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news.